Story number 1. Take action. At a high school in the small town of Autumn, there was unfortunately a case of bullying that was taking place at Autumn High School. A 15-year-old girl named Mackenzie Isosceles was being bullied by a mean girl named Sandra Nandrake. On one tough day, the bullying got started as Sandra started bullying Mackenzie over her interests. All because Mackenzie's favorite season is winter, her favorite month of the year is January, and her favorite pastime is collecting pine cones. The bullying went on for days, and sadly, Mackenzie was scared to tell anyone about the bullying. Then on one Wednesday night in youth group, the youth pastor asked her why she had the long face. Mackenzie hesitated to give the reason why for about a minute or two, and then she just said, because of something lame. And that was it. Then on one day, Mackenzie was being picked on by Sandra, as usual, and then Mackenzie attempted to witness to Sandra, and then after that, Sandra started to persecute her for her faith via bullying. Then on one day, Mackenzie listened to an anti-bullying song that is also a Christian song, and then that song gave her just enough strength to tell someone about the bullying. Then she went down the stairs and told her parents that she was being bullied at school by a girl named Sandra Nandrake. Then the parents reported the matter to the school, and then the administrators reviewed many different surveillance footages and found that there were multiple incidents of bullying from Sandra. Then on Tuesday morning, Mackenzie confronted Sandra for the harsh bullying, and then Sandra was called to the principal's office. And then Nicholas Montclair, whom is the school principal, confronted Sandra about how her foul behavior over the past few weeks was not only hurting Mackenzie, but also other students whom she was bullying. The principal then suspended her from school for a week, and then Sandra was picked up by her parents. Her parents were furious when they arrived, and they punished Sandra by having her do pointless chores for a month. Mackenzie could finally feel comfortable at school. She also forgave the bully as well. And then at Autumn Non-Denominational Church, the youth group decided to make an anti-bullying short film that teaches people about how bullying has caused a heck ton of problems in our society. All of the members of the youth group played a role in the short film, and the short film was filmed at Autumn High School, and the church received permission from the school to film the short film at the school on a Saturday. The youth pastor played the role of a school teacher, and then the whole youth group played several different roles, like the students in the classroom and then in the cafeteria. Then when the short film was finished, it was then posted on many social media platforms. On one crisp autumn day in autumn, there was heavy rain and a thunderstorm that came. Mackenzie enjoyed drawing in her sketchbook as she listened to the rain and thunder roar outside. Then after that, she decided to play Minecraft, which is her favorite video game. And in the game, she built a modern house with a nice view of the ocean. She built that in the creative mode of the game, and had a blast playing the game for about an hour and a half. Then on Sunday morning in church, Pastor Jedediah Simmons preached a sermon about the science of the end times. The non-denominational church holds to a post-trib rapture view, and they fellowship nicely with those who hold to a pre-trib or mid-trib view, especially since the topic of when the rapture will take place is 100% a secondary issue and not a salvation issue. The sermon was about 45 minutes long, and the big church hayride was nice as everyone had fun riding through the nearby pumpkin patch. Then on Sunday, October 27th, the pastor preached a sermon about how the topic of holidays are entirely a secondary issue and not a salvation issue. He preached about this because there are so many legalistic Pharisees out there who try to turn the topic of holidays into a salvation issue and then go around condemning anyone who celebrates the holidays. The pastor preached that holidays are a matter of conviction, and that those who feel convicted against celebrating certain holidays should not go around condemning other brothers and sisters in Christ for celebrating such holidays, since the topic of holidays is a secondary issue and not a salvation issue, and thereby brothers and sisters in Christ can have different opinions regarding secondary issues like holidays, when the rapture will take place, Arminianism versus Calvinism, etc. The topic of holidays is a secondary issue because whether a Christian celebrates holidays or not will not affect his or her salvation. For example, if a Christian chooses to either celebrate Christmas or not, then that would not affect his or her salvation, since the topic of holidays is entirely a secondary issue. More than 25 years prior, there was a teenage boy in youth group who was being picked on by a legalistic Pharisee for celebrating Christmas, Easter, and other holidays. Then the youth pastor confronted the Pharisee and told him that the topic of holidays is entirely a secondary issue and that he should not condemn others over holidays. Then, several weeks later, Mackenzie was not only excited for the holiday season, but she was also excited for her birthday as well, since her birthday is on January 3rd. She then asked her parents if her Sweet 16 party could take place at the Autumn Township Center, which was the same venue where senior prom is scheduled to take place at later in the 2024 through 25 school year. Her parents agreed to plan the birthday party as they picked just the right date for it. The Sweet 16 is conveniently able to take place on the day of her birthday, since her birthday is during winter break. Then, when the birthday party came, Mackenzie had an awesome time as the Sweet 16 party, and the party was snow and cabin themed, since winter is her favorite season of the year. Christian EDM music that is biblically sound was played at the party. There was a lot of fun mini games that were played there, like tug war, dodgeball, and there were even games that were played outside in the snow, with jackets on, like snowball fights and a snowman building contest. The party also had good food and delicious beverages. Then, when cake time came, everyone sang happy birthday to Mackenzie while everyone was eating cake. Mackenzie's friend Amanda asked her why she was refusing to go to senior prom. And then Mackenzie said that's because public schools usually play profane music at senior proms, and instead Mackenzie planned on attending the Christian EDM prom that is hosted by her church. Her church hosts the Christian EDM prom, so this way Christian teens who are in junior and senior year of high school can enjoy a prom without all the profane music. This type of prom is a very good witness at the Christian EDM prom of 2024, which took place on Friday, June 7th, 2024. The church saw 12 teens get saved at the prom. And then 1 year before that, in the Christian EDM prom of 2023, the church saw 9 teens get saved at the prom. Then, several months later at the Christian EDM prom, Mackenzie had fun going to prom there, and her prom date was Christopher Allen, whom is her boyfriend. The Christian EDM prom does not have a prom court because they don't want any popularity contests. They also have the idea that prom courts is totally stupid. Conveniently enough, many months later, Autumn High School decided to get rid of prom court in 2027, and the school's inspiration of doing this came from Autumn Non-Denominational Church, not having a prom court at their prom. Then in April of 2027, the school made the announcement that they got rid of prom courts. After that, the majority of the students rejoiced at the announcement, and only 9 of the popular students were upset about it at first, all because it meant that their chance of having more things to brag about was going to be stripped away. But then, as the senior prom came, those 9 popular students found that the prom having no prom courts was a humbling experience for them, and at the end of prom, they walked out of prom realizing that the prom not having a prom court is a better idea. For many years later, the school's senior prom never had a prom court, and the Christian EDM prom that is hosted by their church continues to lead several teens to the Lord, thus making the Christian EDM prom a very good outreach to the youth. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this story. Have a nice day. Please subscribe to this channel. Please share this video, and goodbye.